The winds of change are blowing through Atlanta, and no one is safe. A bold move by the front office has just changed the tone of the entire season, shocking some, confirming the suspicions of others, but sending a clear and resounding message: the Falcons are tired of playing it safe. What just happened may seem like a simple roster tweak at first glance, but it's much more than that. This decision goes deeper, revealing a new identity, a new standard, and a shift that could define everything about the 2025 season. Follow me as I tell you all about it. Click the like button, and let's go. Younghoe Koo is no longer an Atlanta Falcon. The news is now official, and while it may not come as a shock to many who've been paying close attention, it still marks a significant turning point for this team. The once reliable kicker, known for clutch moments and calm under pressure, simply couldn't maintain the standard expected at this level. And the Falcons have made a definitive move that sends a loud message across the entire locker room. The decline wasn't sudden, it was steady, and it was undeniable. If we go back to the beginning of the 2024 season and analyze the last 19 regular season games, Koo's field goal percentage dipped below 73%, making him one of the 4 worst kickers in the entire NFL during that span. That stat, more than anything, is what sealed his fate. Atlanta isn't interested in nostalgia or sentimentality anymore. They're interested in results. And the moment that truly turned the tide came in a crucial matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Late in the game, after rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. led a drive to set up a game-tying opportunity, Koo missed the kick. He'd already had a shaky moment earlier, sneaking one off the right upright. But this one didn't go in. The miss stung, not just because it cost the Falcons the game, but because it highlighted what had become an uncomfortable trend. Raheem Morris didn't mince words after the game. He made it clear the team would be looking at other options. That's all the confirmation anyone needed. That option turned out to be John Parker Romo. The Georgia native was brought in quietly, first to the practice squad, then elevated to the active roster for Sunday Night Football against the Vikings. And what did he do? He went 5 for 5. Perfect. Maybe not aesthetically perfect, but the ball went through the uprights every single time. And in this league, that's all that matters. There's no denying that Koo had lost confidence. His stance, his mechanics, everything looked off. He looked like a player battling not just opposing defenses, but himself. That's where Romo's fresh energy makes such a difference. He didn't just kick well, he injected life into a special teams unit that had been dragging. And just like that, the Falcons found their new kicker. The rest, as they say, is history. What makes this even more compelling is that the move wasn't just about replacing a kicker. It was about setting a new tone. Raheem Morris, GM Terry Fontenot, DC Jeff Ulbrich, OC Zach Robinson, they're all aligned in building something tougher, more focused, more ruthless. The 2025 Atlanta Falcons are no longer in the business of being just good enough. They are here to dominate. They are building an identity rooted in toughness, discipline, and high expectations. Every decision this offseason, from free agency to the draft, has reflected that mentality. This team isn't settling for mediocrity. You look at the defensive additions: Brandon Dorlus, David Onyemata, Rooker Hororo, Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr., Leonard Floyd, Divine Deablo, the list goes on. It's a defense designed to attack, to punish, to wear opponents down. The focus on interior pressure and edge speed is intentional. The message? You're going to feel it every time you play the Falcons in 2025. The offense, led by Penix Jr., doesn't need to be a fireworks show to win. This team isn't chasing stat sheets or fantasy numbers. They're trying to win games, gritty, physical games. If Penix throws for 400 yards, great. But if he throws for 180 and the team wins 23-20, even better. That was the blueprint against Minnesota. Get the job done. Do what it takes to win. The flash can wait. The win comes first. And that's what the Koo decision ultimately embodies. It's not personal, it's performance-based. Koo wasn't getting it done. Romo is. Just like that, a new standard has been set in Atlanta. This isn't about feelings. It's about results. It's about winning. Raheem Morris and company aren't handing out second chances anymore. You perform, or you're out. And it's not just special teams. We've already seen this with the D. Alfred and Billy Bowman situation. Everyone assumed Bowman, a safety from Oklahoma, would ease into a nickel role. maybe take over around mid-season. But no. Week 1, Raheem Morris made the call. Bowman's the guy. D. Alford? Not good enough. Just like that, another job was gone. So, what does this all mean? This is a culture shift. This is the Falcons deciding they're done being average. They're done being the team that's always just one play short, one win shy. This is a franchise that has finally said enough is enough. Now, with a new kicker, a revamped defense, and a quarterback ready to lead, the Falcons are sending a clear message, not just to their own players, but to the rest of the NFL. What do you think about the decision to move on from Younghoe Koo and fully commit to John Parker Romo as the kicker of the future? Let me know in the comments. Because this move isn't isolated. It's a statement, loud, bold, and unapologetic. When the Falcons cut Younghoe Koo, it wasn't just about a kicker missing too many field goals. It was a line in the sand. Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot have drawn that line, and now every player on the roster knows exactly what's at stake. The days of comfort, of guaranteed roles, of slow development arcs, they're over. This is win-now football, and you either meet the standard or you're watching from home. That's what makes the emergence of John Parker Romo even more fascinating. Here's a guy who walked in, no big headlines, no lofty expectations, and just started drilling kicks like he's been in the league for a decade. He wasn't flashy, but he was reliable, and right now, reliability is gold in Atlanta. The coaching staff clearly values that above anything else. You do your job, and you do it well. Romo did exactly that. Koo didn't. But the ripple effects go beyond just one position. This produce where you're gone mentality is creeping into every corner of the roster. Look at the pass rush. Look at the way this defense is being rebuilt, not just to compete, but to dominate. You bring in Brandon Dorlus, James Pierce Jr., and Jalen Walker. You add Leonard Floyd and Divine Deablo. This isn't window dressing. These are battle-tested guys and hungry rookies with a mean streak. They're here to do damage. And it's working. Because you can feel the energy shift. This is no longer a team hoping to find itself. It's a team that knows exactly who it is, and more importantly, who it isn't. They're not finesse. They're not flash. They're grit. They're grind. They're the team that's going to make you earn every yard, every point, every win. And that all starts with accountability, which is exactly what Koo's release represents. Michael Penix Jr. fits right into that mold. He doesn't need to be a superhero every week. He needs to manage the game, take the shots when they're there, and protect the football. The Falcons aren't asking him to be Mahomes or Burrow, they're asking him to win. To make the right plays, not just the big plays. That's why this team looks different. Because the goals are different. And fans are noticing. You can feel it in the comments, the conversations, the watch parties. There's a belief growing, not in hype, but in hard-nosed football. The Falcons are building something real. Something sustainable. Something tough. So the question now becomes, who's next? Who else on this roster is skating on thin ice? Because if you're not performing, you better believe Raheem Morris is already looking at your replacement. And that kind of pressure, that kind of demand, it breeds winners. If you love this kind of in-depth, no-nonsense Falcons coverage, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and click on the next video on your screen. All the breaking news, analysis, and exclusive takes, you're only going to find it right here. Go Falcons!